Good morning again. I'm here for the Diary of Saint Faustina. Hopefully, I can get through it. Allergies are bad, and where my eyesight is already not good, it just makes it 10 times worse. So, if I stumble a little bit, please excuse me, but we're going to do the best we can with this today. I think we'll put on the stronger glasses. I've cheaters of all different magnifications. Oh, all right. The trial of trials, complete abandonment, despair. When the soul comes out victorious from the preceding trials, even though it may stumble here and there, it fights on valiantly, humbly calling upon God. Save me, I am perishing, and it is still able to fight on. At this point, however, the soul is engulfed in a horrible night. It sees within itself only sin. It feels terrible. It sees itself completely abandoned by God. It feels itself to be the object of his hatred. It is but one step away from despair. The soul does its best to defend itself. It tries to stir up its confidence, but prayer is an even greater torment for it, as this prayer seems to arouse God to an even greater anger. The soul finds itself poised on the summit of a lofty mountain, on the very brink of precipice. The soul is drawn to God, but feels repulsed. All of the sufferings and tortures in this world are as nothing compared with the sensation into which it has been plunged, namely that of being rejected by God. No one can bring it any relief. It finds itself completely alone. There is no one to defend it. It raises its eyes to heaven, but it is convinced that this is not for her. For her, all is lost. It falls deeper and deeper from darkness to darkness, and it seems to it that it has lost forever the God it used to love so dearly. This thought is torture beyond all description. But the soul does not agree to it, and tries to lift its gaze towards heaven, but in vain, and this makes the torture even more intense. If God wishes to keep the soul in such darkness, no one will be able to give it light. It experiences rejection. For God, in a vivid and terrifying manner, from its heart burst forth painful moans, so painful that no priest will comprehend it unless he himself has been through these trials. In the midst of this, the evil spirit adds to the soul's suffering, mocking it. Will you persist in your faithfulness? This is your reward. You are in our power, but Satan only has as much influence over the soul as God allows him, and God knows how much we can bear. What have you gotten out of your mortifications, says Satan, and out of your fidelity to the rule? What use are all these efforts? You've been rejected by God. This word rejected becomes a fire which penetrates every nerve to the marrow of the bone. It pierces right through her entire being. The ordeal reaches its climax. The soul no longer looks for help anywhere. It shrinks into itself and loses sight of everything. It is as though it accepted the torture of being abandoned. This is a moment for which I have no words. This is the agony of the soul. When for the first time this moment was drawing near, I was snatched from it by virtue of holy obedience. The directress of novices, alarmed by my appearance, sent me off to confession. But the confessor did not understand me, and I experienced no relief whatsoever. O Jesus, give us experienced priests. When I told this priest I was undergoing infernal tortures, he answered that he was worried about my soul because he saw it in great grace of God. But I understood nothing of this, and not even in the least glimmer of light broke through my soul. Then my physical strength began to fail, and I could no longer carry out my duties, nor could I any longer hide my sufferings. Although I did not say a word about them, the look of pain on my face betrayed me. The superior sister told me that the sisters had come to her saying that when they look at me in the chapel, they are moved to pity because I look so terrible. Yet, despite all efforts, the soul is unable to conceal such suffering. Jesus, you alone know how the soul engulfed in darkness moans in the midst of the torments, and despite all this, thirsts for God as burning lips thirst for water. It dies and withers. It dies a death without death. That is to say, it cannot die. All its efforts come to nothing. It is under powerful hand. Now the soul comes under the power of the just one. All exterior temptations cease all around. That surrounds it becomes silent, like a dying person who loses contact with everything around it. The person's entire soul is in the hand of the just God, the thrice holy God, rejected for all eternity. This is the culminating moment, and God alone can test a soul in this way because he knows what the soul can endure. I think we're going to leave it there. I've been posting some reading or some videos on our YouTube page under the Diary of Saint Faustina um, from nuns that were, I believe, in the same. I think I've said this before, but in the same um, convent, or she was, and they talk about her a lot, and they talk about the readings from this book a lot, and go a lot deeper into depth about her time there. So if you have time, it's all under the Diary of Saint Faustina. I would suggest you listen to them because they're very, very interesting. I try to post one every day, but they're really, really interesting. So anyway, and I do also put them on our Facebook page. I wish I could put them on our TikTok page, but just you can't do that. So, but anyway, uh, that is all for today. I hope you all have a beautiful day, and yeah, just have a beautiful day. And just remember that the Lord is always with us, as He said till the end of time. God bless.